I think it was really sad that video of the girl crying like about she was like 33 and she couldn't find a guy yet and all that. And I think like the sexes need to sort of like forgive each other, almost like oh hoponopono, like I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. Like because like I think there's been a lot of animosity between women and men in the last few years, like worse than it used to be. Like a lot of men are saying, oh, women these days are like, feminazis and blah blah blah, and you can't do anything right. And then like the women are like, well, the men aren't grown up, and there might be actually some truth to both sides because gender roles in our society has gotten confused, where like we've tried to be more open-minded, and so it's like you know with good intentions it's like, well, the men have become a little bit less masculine and the women have become a little less feminine, and but what are you attracted to is your opposite, right? So you're like, if you're a man you're more attracted to a feminine woman, and if you're a woman you're more attracted to a masculine man. Um So I think that there needs to be sort of forgiveness of the other, and I think that people need to be less nasty towards each other, and and just like everybody wants to be happy and love, and it's like um you shouldn't like just be like, oh, this girl, it's her fault or something. Maybe it's not really her fault. Maybe she went to school, she tried to do the right thing, and now it's like she's trying to find a person. And a lot of people might be in that same boat. Um, like for me, I don't know, I just sort of feel like when it's my time to be with the right person, I'll find the right person. I mean, I'm not like in a rush, even though I am not getting any younger and all that. But for me, I'm not that bothered with it. I'm more bothered about like that I need to get my music career off the ground more. But I sort of just feel like women and men need to be a little bit softer on the opposite sexes, because it just seems like there's a lot of um, anger, and you also have to check what is your relationship like with your parents. Like, I get along really well with my mom and I love my mom, so I feel like I have a good I love women, so I feel like lucky that way. But some people, like some women, if they don't get along with their dad, they're gonna have issues that they need to work on, because I think it's probably really hard if you had a dad that wasn't good to you to trust men. So you're probably gonna need some therapy for that, and you're gonna need to maybe like meet some men that you trust and realize that maybe sometimes maybe you're hard on men because of what you've been through, and be stoic a little bit and realize that maybe it's partly maybe you're like judging people harshly, and so it's not working out for you because of that. But um but you but we need to be like, we need to look at logical solutions so that people aren't lonely and sad as they are. And everybody deserves to be with somebody that makes them happy. And I just hope that we heal. I know, like, there's no completely happy way to do things. I mean, the 50s were not perfect either, where the man has all the say, but it's not perfect now either. So there needs to be like a happy medium of men having men roles, and women having women roles, but it just has to be integrated in a way that everyone's happy. And also just realize that like people have struggled in different ways all through time, and now there's just this kind of struggle where a lot of people are winding up kind of like alone, you know, and some people like to be alone, but a lot of like um but some people don't like to be alone. I kind of I kind of don't really mind being single, but I don't want to be single forever. But I'm not really like I'm not really that worried about the time frame of it, you know, because I don't want to rush into anything, and I feel like whoever I want to be with, it's got to be somebody that I want to be with the rest of my life. So I don't want to rush things too much. You know what I mean? Um, I've been in relationships that like where the where the person became I became on good terms with them, but then it didn't work out. And it didn't work out because it wasn't right in the first place. So um, it's better to wait and just be sure that you're with the right person than to like dive into something just because you don't want to be lonely at the same time. You know, I mean, if you meet someone when you're really young and you just get married, that's another thing. I don't think that's like totally bad. I mean, my folks were like super young. My mom was like 20 when she married my dad, who was 25, and they've been together for like 53 years. And, there's ups and downs with that. But I think that's sort of ideal, even if if you have a marriage like that, even if it's not perfect, I think that's pretty ideal to be with somebody that long. And I think ship has sailed for me because I'm like, in my 40s. So I don't think I'm going to be with somebody for 50 years, but who knows? Maybe if I meet someone now and I live to be 100, it all depends. But like, I'm not really like counting on that. In fact, I'm trying to kind of be more open to possibilities and not trying to steer the ship towards exactly what I want. I'm sort of trying to be more flexible. But anyway, I just think people need to be better to each other. The other thing I wanted to say about like men and women is like if you're a man, you should not lead a woman on. Like if she's at a certain age and she wants to get married and you're just kind of toying with her, I think that's wrong. Um, because, women have a biological clock and they have a certain amount of time where they can have kids, and we have it easier that way. And I think it's a lot better to be honest with what you want and what they want. And I've seen people lead women along, and then a lot of time goes by, and then that woman's a lot older. And so that's something that I think is wrong. And it's something that, a lot of men are guilty of. And I think and then a lot of women do certain things that aren't cool either. So it's like, people just have to like be better to each other.